Close your eyes. Let me paint you a picture. I want you to think of the coziest place you've ever been. For some people, it might be a meadow, others, a sunlit barn, petting a cat. For me, it's a sauna. So let me tell you how not to build one.
Okay, so I know what you're probably thinking. Are those two twin beds that he's stacking on top of 4 2x4 ground contact yellow pine boards, and then nailing together? And the answer is yes, but I got permission this time. And so after struggling to get a king bed up 4.5 stories, 5 stories almost, 63 steps, which didn't work even with a pulley system made out of electrical cord, dangled out of a 4-story window. That didn't work. After all that, we decided to go with a different bed. A queen bed. Makes more sense. We got it upstairs, no problem. But I had just hauled all this stuff up. Like our king bed was a, it was framed, so with metal, and it was basically a giant erector set. And so I started messing around with it and putting it against the wall, and I was like, this kind of looks like a door to a sauna. This kind of looks like a wall to a sauna. If I did this and put this here, and this is in our empty bedroom that we, because we didn't have fucking mattress. So after I started stacking all that stuff up, I gently broached the subject to my girlfriend, wife, partner, lover. I gently said, I think we can build a sauna. And she was like, yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead and build a sauna. Something like that. And so that gave me tacit permission to go ahead and just build a sauna. So that's what I did. I took, once I got all the parts, I had 2 twin mattresses up there and a bunch of metal. Flat metal that actually worked out to a rectangle. So I kind of flipped the rectangle on its head. And with the pieces, I ripped all of the canvas and bedding off of the twin beds, as you see here. And I then, which is a pain in the ass. Don't do that. If you have a chance, don't. That's it. You get a staple remover. It sucks because it didn't. There's like little staples left in there if you didn't pull the staples out, and those little things. There's like little fabric in there that you can't really get out of the thing, so you have to like sand it all. And do not do that. There are better ways. And then stacked it on top of each other. We got 4 ground contact. Very important to get ground contact stuff if you want it in contact with the ground. Ours is on a deck, but it's still, there's water, it'll get soggy. And so it's just another version of like, it's what they build with. Anyway, but ground contact is important. Because cedar doesn't necessarily have to be ground contact if it's not on the ground. But if it's still outside, it does just fine. But you wouldn't want to build vertically with that unless you got, pre-treated. Anyway, long story short, do that. Do frame out walls before. What I ended up doing was I wanted to build it for under $1,000. And is this even possible? Under 500 would be better. Free would be best. This is my scale. So I went around to a couple of the grocery stores, places I saw, like I searched online, Facebook, watched, like, are you giving away free pallets, and like, where are they from? Are there nicer stores that deal in nicer pallet furniture? Maybe not like grocery stores. So yeah, do that, and don't go to grocery stores. I did. But all that stuff was like pressure treated, good stuff. I picked through it and like got a couple, I think it was 6 pallets. And then now hauling pallets up a narrow staircase was another thing that you don't want to do. I then hauled them all 6 floors up. This is before trying to break one on the ground floor. Right in front of our building, I started disassembling a pallet, and I had no idea. They're well made. And when they're not well made, like when it gets fixed and like someone like replaces the wood on a pallet or something like that, They fucking use a different kind of screw, different kind of nail, and it isn't the one you're using. So it's very difficult. And there's like multiple. There's a lot there. I'd rather have gotten a jigsaw and then just cut it, saved for the middle part, which that part I would pry up, but just cut the fucking ends off. Oh my god. Anyway, I ended up stacking all of this vertically, sort of horizontally laid, but one on top of the other, the boards that I found, and they almost worked with a few exceptions. It worked for all of the sides, actually, all the way up. And so that was 6 pallets worth. And then I stepped back from looked too angry, you shouldn't. And with Julia, or my girlfriend, saying, it's holes, and there's holes in it. And my brother was like, it looks like you built a fucking Faraday cage. And I was like, oh shit. And it looked like a bird cage at some points. And then I decided to plug the holes with some outdoor wood putty. Let it dry. Then I painted everything in black outdoor paints. And then I repainted it in deck paint, gray. And then I repainted it in black outdoor paint. So it's got 3 coatings: exterior, of just it's not going anywhere, and it looks fine. It looks totally fine. Now I don't want to say it looks great. I know the carpet or whatever, but I decided on a very simple 2 bars beneath. When you step in, there's going to be a horizontal 2 bars. So I kept this like motif going, which was important. So it didn't look like fucking hammered shit. And then I went on the inside. I ordered aluminum foil, sort of for 3.5-foot sections, I think, by like 50 feet or how much is in a roll. I would have ordered more had I known how much I was going to mess up, because you have to vapor seal the room, and then you have to like put I put a rock wool for my insulation, and that would have been great had I known how much I was going to mess up. So one 3.5-foot by, and it comes in a roll, but then those rolls sort of flatten out into flat sections that could go perfectly. But I thought of that in post, and then I went back in and I put the rock wool after I had already put down some of the cedar planks, because I thought it doesn't get that cold. It's gonna heat up really quick. No. Once I had put that in, it looked kind of stupid, because then I had these loosely put in cedar planks with silver foil and rock wool then shoved in the middle of them. And I had my girlfriend, wife, lover, sit in the sauna with me, and she was like, and it looked like some sort of torture chamber, I'm sure. But it was good, because she was then like, oh well, you made the bench too high. Always confirm with your significant other how you'd like the configuration. I try to do this as early as possible, but some of my projects look pretty hectic in the beginning stages. Nobody's ever knows kind of what to make of it until it like starts to become something. Anyway, I then reconfigured it and then shoved the rock wool in, sealed most of the stuff with like more aluminum foil pieces. It still didn't look right. There was like it just needed cedar on cedar. If I had to do it again, I really like this cedar. S4S means sanded on 4 sides. Although it is rounded, it's got like a chamfer to all of it. But it cuts like cheese, and I wanted to do most of it hand sawn. So I did that. I wouldn't do that. That's a stupid idea. I then, at 3/4 of the way through the project, I went to the Brooklyn Library and found that they actually had a tool library. And I wish I would have known that sooner. So I started renting some tools, and so I got to try out a router, and I got to try out I hadn't used a jigsaw since I don't know, tech in like 11th grade or something like that for theater. Even then, I don't think I was allowed to touch it. So that was kind of cool to like use all those things, and I found jigsaw worked really well. Probably could have used that for the pallet to disassemble it faster. Circular saw to cut through the nails on the pallet, maybe. And the pallet was a pain in the ass. Gotta do that. And so then I ordered some more cedar. So I'm about $500 in cedar, which is about 50 boards. It's like $10 a board, I think. And didn't end up with any extra. So, yeah. And this is, I've still got I didn't really do the bottom quarter in cedar, but I'm thinking about it. So it might be $600 when all told with extra. And then going to the store is probably about $200 in just things. And I didn't buy any tools. And I hand cut everything. So that was its own sort of interesting cathartic experience, was cutting wood. But all in all, I think it ended up pretty well. And girlfriend was excited. All friends are excited, and it looks like something now. And I got things to, and you can add stuff like backrests and headrests, and I added a hygrometer, and I put in a nice vent. There's some tile on the floor. When I put in the sun heater, it's really low voltage. I wanted to keep it like super safe. It's on a deck in New York, but metal all around it. It's like 60 centimeters off the 6 to 7 inches off the ground. With enough clearance. And at the beginning of this video, I'll re-edit it. Hold on. To make tell you about the Finnish sauna experience and the modern American sauna experience, but I found a nice amalgamation of both, where the sauna in a Finnish experience is like almost beneath your feet, so you're like up high, and it's mostly wood, and it's extremely communal, and it looks like a bunch of fun. Like, I've never been to a Finnish. I've been to a Russian banya. That was a whole other experience, which I could tell you about if you want. Man, Jesus. But I mixed the Finnish sauna with the American sauna experience, and that's sort of where I ended up. And I think it's great. It's a nice 1 to 2 man sauna. There's actually a space for you to sit up on like the edge here, and then someone sits right here, another person sits where I'm sitting. There's like plenty of space over here. It was a great experience. But anyway, would I do it again? Yeah, but not like this. There she is.